It Takes Two, Amy Eiler, JJ Gordon here on the Mighty 790 KFGO. We are out here live at Farm in the Dell. They're getting all set up for the event tonight and, of course, getting ready for their market from 4 to 6 tonight. Did you check out their rhubarb plants?
Do you think those are rhubarb?
No, did you check out any rhubarb plants?
I don't know. Do you have rhubarb out here? I've got some real opinions
because
JJ, when it comes to it.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, because I saw you out, like, in the garden.
Yeah, I was getting a full tour.
And I was like, JJ's going to judge some of these plants.
Oh, okay.
I know you are. You're like, I've got a better variety for you.
Listen, I watched a YouTube channel for 3 weeks, and I think that I'm not judging out here. Are you kidding me?
You have a big garden, though, and
yeah,
you have some opinions.
But we've been struggling this year. It's been a tough year for us. Like, we had a bunch of ripe tomatoes, and now the rest of them just don't look good. I think it's been too hot, and it's weird.
I mean, you just said yesterday, you're like, I'm looking for onions when I get out there. Like, I
do love onions.
You pretend like you don't have opinions, but you're like, I'm looking for onions. You're always watching out for garden things.
But let's be honest, Amy, what I'm really looking forward here to is like the farmer's market aspect of it.
Right.
Like, for example.
That's true.
I'll probably never be a you pick kind of guy.
Really?
Right. Yeah, that probably won't be me. But you know what? I want to show up at 4 o'clock when someone else has picked it, and then I'm like, fantastic. Thank you for these snap peas. This is fantastic.
You could pick them. It's fun. Yeah, that's the fun aspect of it.
Okay. I mean, I also don't like critters, and so I always feel, too, that, like, when I'm walking through, I'm invading their space. And
is that why you didn't go into any of the rows when I saw
I was not invited into the rows, and so I didn't want to overstep those bounds,
Oh,
too.
Okay. Anna, could he walk through the rows?
You are more than welcome to walk through any of the rows.
Oh, that's right.
And you can go see if we still have rhubarb
Do you?
on the south side of the
rhubarb?
property.
Yes.
That would be
my
big sponsorship opportunity for you, is to be like, let's get some rhubarb going.
I'm telling you.
60 varieties.
I know you have opinions. That's why I was like, I know they have rhubarb out here. Did you go and find it?
Not yet. I'll sniff it out at one point.
You will. Anna Sather is here with us. She's
our first friend from Farm in the Dell.
You are. You're our first Farm in the Dell friend.
Oh, what an honor.
You really are.
It's an obligation more than an honor most of the time. Thank you for having us out today. This is really I can't actually think of a better place to do our show today than being at Farm in the Dell. This is so much fun, and I love the fresh air. The sunshine is wonderful, and boy, you've got quite the crew out here today. Everyone's working hard.
I know. So any given weekday, we have, I would say, about 30 individuals out here working. So our garden engineers and their support teams. And then outside of that, we also have a lot of volunteers. And on Thursdays specifically, we have people coming out for U-Pick. So as you were talking about a moment ago, picking their own produce, which is really fun.
Okay, so the people that you have working out here, this garden is like, it's a whole community of people, right? You have your garden engineers turning disabilities into abilities. You have your volunteers. You have businesses out here. You have people who are employed to keep the place running. It's taking like a whole village or 3 to make this happen.
It definitely takes a village. So every single year, our team of garden engineers has been growing. Our garden acreage has been growing this year. We have about a 12-acre garden. Plus, we have quite a few orchard plants outside of those 12 acres. So it really does take a village. And, if families are interested to come and sign up on our website to, come out and volunteer as a family or as an individual, we really encourage that. And also, as you mentioned, we have a lot of school groups, church groups, corporate groups, etc. We have up to, we've had groups of 150 people because, as you know, in the garden, there's always weeding to do. There's always picking to do. There's a lot to do out here. So please come out.
Amy, they hand pick their potato bugs.
Yep.
Just as
Dave
DeCock intended.
You hand pick the potato bugs?
Well, it actually is a wonderful job for our garden engineers to do. And though we are not a certified organic farm, we are as organic as possible out here. So we do not use chemicals.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were picking potato bugs. I've never picked potato bugs. Should I go try it?
I'm on the tour. We're going to show you.
Okay.
I love that.
We're going to start picking potato bugs out here.
Anna, how do you get involved with Farm in the Dell? How does this become part of your life?
Yes. So there's a lot of ways to get involved. Number one, I just talked a little bit about volunteering, but we have volunteering efforts anywhere from about late April.
No, how did you get involved?
Yeah, how you get? Yeah,
what's your story?
Trust me, we'll let the people know.
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us your story.
Oh, goodness.
What's your story?
Well, okay, interestingly, I was working in another nonprofit, so a little over 4 years ago. I was really interested in gardening specifically and looking for a different way to help people. And so actually I went onto the Giving Hearts Day website and I was looking for other nonprofits. And I stumbled on Farm in the Dell, and I'm like, what is Farm in the Dell? And I reached out on their Facebook page, and a couple months later, a sweet woman reached back out, and she said, we're out of season right now, because I think it was January at the time, but we would love to have you on a committee or come out and bring your kids out and volunteer, and the rest was history. I came out here once, and I fell in love. I applied for the first full-time opening that was available, and so I've been out here about 4 years.
Oh, I love that. So you have a garden at home, too.
I do,
So
but
you're just a gardener. You want to garden everywhere.
I love getting my hands dirty and working in God's creation and just spending time outside.
What's your favorite thing to grow?
Oh, goodness.
Is it a particular flower variation? Is it a vegetable? What is it?
That's a good question. I think if I had to narrow it down right now, I would say sweet corn. And interestingly, my kids love eating it raw. So I always...
Raw?
Well, okay, because the one... I love thinking through in my personal garden, especially like what are my kids just going to walk out into the garden, grab and eat while they're out there as like a snack, right?
Yes.
And they just will literally husk the corn out there and sit out there in the garden and nibble it. And that's one really beautiful thing at Farm the Dell too, is we have a lot of U-pick, and specifically kids are really drawn to the strawberries, and they'll come out here and as they're picking, you know, they'll get to see what a strawberry looks like ripened on the vine. They'll get to taste it right out of the field. So it's a really special and beautiful thing when kids get to come out here and experience that.
Okay, now everyone was making fun of how I like to eat raw potato, but I've never heard of eating raw corn. So
so now you're
I
raw
feel like
potato, no big deal. Raw corn.
Now I feel like I found my people. You know what I mean? Like, your kids are my people. We can eat the raw potato and the raw corn without judgment from others.
Well, and you know what else my son loves to get out at the farm, and then on the way, we don't even make it home. He eats the whole thing on the way home, is zucchini.
Really?
Raw zucchini.
Sure.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to judge.
I'm not going to yuck his yum. I mean, maybe I'm going to try it now. Maybe
you hear so many people, and really, in all honesty, if it's got a little dirt on it, no big deal. We're all supposed to eat a little bit of dirt.
Exactly.
Raw zucchini. I've never ate raw zucchini. I usually cook it.
Well, maybe today's
the day. We're going to hook you up.
We're inspiring people to eat raw zucchini, raw potatoes, and raw sweet corn. Don't cook that.
Anna, in the 4 years, okay, so big changes, right? So at one point there's the move, right, from a smaller space into this larger space where you have more acreage. The amount of people you're able to serve grows during that time. Certainly the amount of stuff you're able to grow itself changes during that time. Must be exciting, because there's some groups that never get to see giant leaps for a nonprofit like that.
It is such a beautiful thing to witness the amount of love and support that we feel, you know, each year as we've continued to grow. And just, you know, what you're saying, I'm assuming Matt talked a little bit about this earlier, how we moved out to the farm. We originally were on a 1-acre plot in South Fargo, and then we received this life-changing donation of this 30 acres of land here out on the farm. We were given the land, the barn, equipment in the barn, and then there's a little greenhouse space as well. But, you know, it was originally a single-family horse ranch, and so it's been really a labor of love over the last 10 years to make it what it is today. And just a couple of recent developments that I'll highlight is, number one, we're sitting outside the bathroom area right here.
Yes.
For the first 10 years of our existence, we had no bathroom out here. So
that's a big deal.
Porta potties, which, you know, for some people it might not be a big deal, but for individuals with developmental disabilities, having those sensory issues, those mobility issues, things like that, it actually is a really big deal. And so now we've built these beautiful ADA accessible restrooms that have been life-changing.
Yes.
Yeah. And then in addition to that, because it was a single family living out here in the home that we don't own that, but just neighboring home, they were living off of one well, but that one small well could not support the irrigation system out to our field. So we were already needing more of a water support system. And then when we added the bathroom, we were told that we couldn't flush and use the sinks and all that on our current well system. So thankfully last year we were able to dig another well out on our property too. So now we're operating off of 2 wells. I mean, again, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's life-changing to run a farm out here.
Yes, that is life-changing stuff. And it's only going to get better, right? I mean, the more you're building out here, the more that people engage with this, the bigger it can be. And it's so cyclical for our community because when you support Farm in the Dell, you're getting this fresh produce back as well, right? It's this whole cycle.
It is a beautiful cycle. And again, we feel so supported by the community. We have a lot of events out here beyond our weekly U-Picks. And I can talk about those in a second if we have time. But we were actually told by the county and the state, too, that we need to work on some things out here. One of the things was, you weren't out here before, but we just had a tiny little driveway onto our property. And so it wouldn't allow for two-way traffic. And so the state came in and said, if you're going to have public events out here, you're going to need to widen the driveway. And it took us a couple of years to figure that out. But this year we were just able to make that happen. So again, just continuing to build out the space to allow more community members to come out and enjoy it.
Yes, I love that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about if people want to, maybe they can't volunteer, maybe they can't get out here on Thursday. What does that look like for someone who wants to still be involved? We were just talking to someone who used to live here, who lives in Cheyenne and comes back every summer. And I mean,
it's awesome.
What? I mean, how cool. But for someone who might not be able to engage that way, they can still go online, donate to the cause, follow your progress, right?
Yep. Sign up for our newsletters, follow us on social media, really follow our story and support us that way. And again, you mentioned it, we're a nonprofit. So any donations, whether it's a financial donation or even equipment, we actually have a wish list on our website too that we're always updating. So even if someone is cleaning out their garage and they have extra rakes or hoes or spades, we love accepting things like that.
Yes.
And another thing is, I know that we are a bit of a drive out here north of Moorhead. But one of the biggest ways that we sell produce is through our CSA program. So community supported agriculture is a model where you make a down payment in the spring and then you receive weekly produce from us throughout the growing season, which for us is anywhere between about 12 and 15 weeks. We do have weekly pickup locations in town. So if this is quite of a drive or a bit of a drive, we do offer Salem Church in South Moorhead as a pickup point, and then Shields Home and Hardware in Fargo.
Okay, so let's talk about this because I've talked about this with Matt previously, but we haven't talked about it yet today. Are there other Farm in the Dells around the country? Are other people using this model for their community?
So good question. There actually are about a dozen Farm in the Dells in the country. Most of them are pretty close to the Midwest area. But outside of that, there's actually a huge network of farms outside of Farm in the Dell that do this exact same work, and they're all part of what they call the Care Farming Network, and we're closely involved with them. So it's kind of like an information sharing system, and that's a really wonderful thing. Very similar concept. Every farm is a little bit different, though. Some of them, the clients live on the farm. Some of them, they have animals. There's some that are, simply produce like ours. So everyone is a little bit different.
Sure. Because I was like, what if you are in town from Wyoming? You should look up a Farm in the Dell in your community.
Yep.
Or what was the other one that was called?
Care Farming Network.
Care Farming Network.
No matter what the name they're under, many of them are hooked up with that Care Farming Network system.
Care Farming Network.
Yeah, so I encourage you guys to look that up online.
Yeah, I do need to look that up. So interesting. Okay, Pizza in the Dell tonight. You can come out to that. Farm to Table events August 27th and September 10th.
Yep.
Because you wanted to mention the upcoming events. Did I miss any? Those are the important ones.
Yep, those are the two biggest. And then every year we do have a fall festival, which I know that's a ways away, but middle of September, there's 2 weekends where families come out. That's a huge draw. We get hundreds of families every year for that. So that's like pumpkin picking, braille train rides, carnival games, concessions. It's really, really fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, write this all on your upcoming calendars. I mean, you say it's a long ways away, but we're flipping the calendar to August this weekend. It's not as far away as we think, right?
Right.
Okay, listen, if you're coming from the metro area, how are you getting up here? Because we had that discussion as well when we were driving.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think we take the interstate up to 22. And Highway 22.
Highway 20.
Or County 20.
And then we go across there.
Yeah.
And then when Google told us that was its preferred method, but how do you like to get up there?
Everyone takes a slightly different route. I do come on County 20 because I live north of Fargo, but you're on gravel for a little bit if you take that route. But if you come on Highway 75, and then I don't even know what that road is, just south of the Anderson Addition, but you can stay on pavement the whole way out here.
Okay, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you take the back roads a little bit.
To a farm area, so a little bit of
bit
gravel.
of back road feel is good, right?
For it. And for a concrete kid like myself, this is what an awesome opportunity. So if you are someone who doesn't have a connection to a family farm somewhere, what a great opportunity to realize like the history and the culture of our region and what you're doing up here and what you're growing. It's so cool.
Oh, I agree. And as I mentioned a little bit before too, just seeing the excitement of the kids, when they walk out, they're like,
so great.
Because some think produce comes from the grocery store originally.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They don't know that prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
All that
Anna
it takes.
Sather, thank you so much. We got to get going.
Thanks for having me.
You're the best.